Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah, this is nice. Obama. You ever read that book, the 50 Grades of Shade? 50
Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
I never read that.
I found a couple of copies of them when my mama moved in my grandmama's house, and I'm going through
Her stuff?
her stuff, man. She got like 3 extra copies of it.
Where does she live?
In the West End.
Where?
On Kirby, 34th and Kirby. Off Louisville, and Kirby.
I know that's south right by Alpha Garden.
Yes, where I live at. I live on Kirby when you come out of
Do you remember the Bonds? Jerry Bond, Peaches, Butch.
No, they might be a little older than me.
How old are you?
I'm a 49.
You remember Heather?
I do remember Hella Boyd.
That's my daughter.
Yeah, I know Hella and Sliko. Hella, Miko, and
Tamiko lived right next door.
Yeah, they went to move to Baltimore.
But Tamiko's back.
Yeah. And her brother Push, and they used to live down
you
the
know
hill.
my family.
Yeah, I grew up playing with her. I know Hella Boyd.
On Comar Drive.
Yeah, you got a beautiful daughter. I ain't seen her in so long. What's she been up to?
She died.
Did she?
She died 2 years ago.
Oh, no. There's no Hella Boyd. She went to Atlanta and came back and opened a food truck. And
we still got the food truck.
Yeah,
HB
man.
Soulful.
I'm thinking about what's it called. No Hella, yeah.
The food truck is in Shawnee
I know your
Park
daughter.
right
That's your
now.
daughter. We went to PIP and stuff together. I'm from Curry. I know your daughter, for real. Damn, man, she did. She did a party out there on Crumbs Lane. They had a party, and she pulled up and had the food and brought it in. It was good and everything, man. And she told me, I got a picture with her, with her truck. Yo, sure did.
The food truck is in Shawnee Park right now at the Dirt Bowl.
Yeah.
But she got sick.
Yeah. I remember when she came back from Atlanta.
Everybody knew her. She was a shining star.
Yeah, good soul. Yeah, good daughter. Yeah, sure did. Man, I remember when she came back, man. I really hate to hear that. I was told when they told me she passed. Like I had just seen her on the food. She had said she had just got the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she just got it. And I think about, a year later or something, maybe, she got sick. At least she
some kind of stomach problem.
Yeah, at least she pursued her dream.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 502. We want you to, the Soulful Sounds of DerbyTown. We want you to know that Miss M, Marjorie Marshall, is out today. She had a previous engagement, and I'm Barbara Boyd, sitting in for her. What I want you to remember are a few announcements. And before the announcements, I want you to know that I grew up on 16th Street. 16th and 1, it used to be, the happenings back in the day. But if you want to hear some good old-fashioned blues today, there are 2 main events happening right here in the Ville. The first is Rusty Ends. Will be having his CD release party today from 3 to 7 at Mercurio's Music Retro Pizza Restaurant at 2931 Richland Avenue. His latest blues project entitled Roadhouses, Juke Joints, and Honky Tonk. Also, the blues event featuring Jake Carter Blues will come to us from Canton, Mississippi. That's where he comes to us, from Canton, Mississippi.
Okay.
Originally scheduled to be at the Bernheim Complex, has now been moved to Signatures, located at 6000 Lions Arm Drive. The admission is $20. Right. That also is unfortunately from 3 to 7 p.m. One of the main reasons we have here in the 502 where we need a special events calendar of dates for live entertainment projects of our local and regional artists so we don't clash times and dates and become more intentional in our support of the work and attributes of our local and guest talents. Okay, we also need to remember too that Ron Lewis of Mr. Wonderful Productions,
Mr. Ron Lewis.
yes, will be celebrating his 75th birthday.
Oh, man. How many to be here?
It's going to be on August 20th, if you got time.
Yeah.
August 20th. And along with Robert Butch Williams,
Okay.
they are the original founders of the Soulful Sounds of DerbyTown brand.
Okay.
Another major birthday celebration will be taking place today for Miss Lynn Hall, one of Louisville's karaoke queens. And that's going to be at Jerry Green's on 2nd and Broadway today, starting at 5 p.m., which is located at 120 West Broadway. And this is going to be a fundraiser for Reginald Caston, also known as Reggie Reg, who better DJs.
Okay.
Reggie Reg, who better DJ. The $10 cover charge will be awarded to DJs. All proceeds, Reggie Reg, is to help cover the recent medical issues. There's a silent auction basket giveaway and raffles. This event will be hosted by Monica Busy, a.k.a. DJ Mo 13, BJ Mo B. That's Monica Busy, a.k.a. DJ Mo B. And then we want to send prayers out for our children, the sick and shut-ins. Also, I want to just share one thing with you. If a race has no history, if it has no worthwhile tradition, it becomes a negligible factor in the thought of the world, and it stands in danger of being exterminated. Mm-hmm. That's a direct quote from Dr. Carter G. Woodson, founder of Black History.
Miss Boyd, you was telling me earlier, you was talking earlier about the jazz. Do you know anything about the jazz concert they had this week on, was that 2nd Street in Old Louisville? They had a band. You know, every year they have a band, jazz band thing on in Old Louisville in that port. They had it this past weekend. I might have it today. I think it's Saturday and Sunday.
Is it on Oak Street?
Yeah, off Oak, like
you know, they used to be called the Garvin Gate Blues Festival.
Okay.
And it was always held maybe a week or two after the St. James Arts Festival. So if it was held this weekend, no.
Oh, okay, wasn't it? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought
but you know what?
It was a jazz festival here, some type of festival they had in a park or something in Louisville this weekend. I don't know exactly the name, but I thought it was that jazz festival in Old Louisville.
Well, there's also a jazz festival at the Iroquois Amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
You know, we just have so much going on, and it's all, you know, they coincide with each other.
Yes, ma'am.
And we really need to get that community calendar that Marjorie was talking about. You have some comments?
I'm just here to be of support and to help. How y'all doing? And this is Beatrice, and I'm going to be on the air with Black Roots Bluegrass in a little bit. But right now, I'm just here to support. And, you know, we're going to offer some music and talk about the art that's going on. And when is that festival coming up?
Are you talking about the Rusty Ends?
Yes.
Rusty Ends will be having his CD release party this afternoon from 3 to 7 at Mercurio's Music Retro Pizza Restaurant.
Okay.
And again, that's at 2931 Richland Avenue. And, you know, that's going toward the south end off of 3rd Street.
Nice.
And should be really nice. His latest blues release project is entitled Roadhouses, Juke Joint, and honky tonks. Honky tonks. All righty now. All righty now. We have in the studio T.Lewis.
Thank you.
And Faderz.
Yes.
And they are helping me, and I'm helping them. And Faderz's going to do the airplay, give us a list of what's coming up next.
Yes, thank you. And that was Karen Chavez with Moody's Mood for Love. Up next, we're going to have a couple of tracks from Miss Tristan Marcel, a very talented local young lady, and I just love her voice, the quality of her singing.
Very talented.
And her song choice.
That's right.
And also, on the 7th, we go back to school. School starts again. Everybody is gearing up for that.
I go back, I am a teacher. I go back Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, this is gonna. I hope it'll be a better year than last year too.
Oh, it's going to be good. We got a new superintendent.
Yeah.
And I seen him on the news. He sounds very, smart. He's very, engaged in what's going on in the community, in the school, or whatnot. And I'm looking forward to see how better the year is.
And you know what? We're going to have to give him a chance because everything, all new things has glitches.
Yes, ma'am.
And if he has a glitch, then you know what? He'll fix it and we'll go on. I've got science. I'll be at Johnson Traditional Middle School.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to the start of the year, too, because I'm substituting this year.
Wow.
And let me say this about our teachers and our school system.
Right.
In order for it to work, the parents have to work
Absolutely.
with the school.
Yeah.
The parents.
It say no phone, so don't go to school saying my mama said I'm supposed to have my phone on. The rule is no phone,
No phones.
so don't come to school talking about I gotta have my phone on me.
And I think it's even deeper than that.
Right.
I think that it's important to teach our kids basic respect.
Yes, sir.
It's you, and here's the deal. The respect isn't just for the teachers. The truth of the matter is you cannot learn from someone you do not respect.
So
That's
can.
right.
And when the kids do not respect adults, then that is reflected in the quality of their learning. And then if the adults are blaming the teachers but not holding themselves,
Accountable.
their families, right, and the responsible, no one at the school is looking to hurt or denigrate your kid.
That's right. We're there to teach them.
We're there to teach.
But you got to protect the rest of the kids, because if your kid is out of line every day and you got kids that's trying to learn, you have to.
Well, also, we have to recognize that a lot of the kids, they do not have traditional family structure.
Yes, sir.
Right? A lot of the kids at our schools are pretty much 50% to 80% almost on their own.
Yes, they are.
And
And
they
you got to
become
also
passionate.
remember that they are the product of
Yeah,
COVID. There was about
give you
2
that.
years where they didn't even
Yes,
go
ma'am.
into a
Ooh, that's
classroom.
deep right there.
Yes. And so,
And some of them are still behind.
the thing about
Yes.
it is we have to keep that all in mind.
Yes, sir.
And because we want the best for our kids,
Right.
we want the best for our future,
These are our kids.
our kids.
Our kids,
We
and
are
we
the
need
village.
to we are the village. That's exactly right. And these are our kids, and we need to pour into them what was poured into us.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I wouldn't have 2 master's degrees right now had I gone into school and acted a fool.
Yes, man, I believe that. And like I was telling my kid's mother earlier, my daughter been up all summer playing a game. I'm gonna admit it. I let her stay up 4 or 5 in the morning a few times, but now they have to detune themselves, and that video game is like an addiction. And once you take them off that game and they go back in their classroom and they've been isolated all summer in this room and back and forth to the refrigerator, back to the room playing the game, and now they got to get in the classroom around other kids.
Right.
And
it's
like
a whole different dynamic.
Yeah. It's like a withdrawal.
Yes. And they can't get up and go and get something to eat. They have to sit and get.
Yeah.
And, you know, teaching a science, I'm going to have to get myself in, you know, the mood where I know exactly how I'm going to deliver the lesson to these kids.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I've got 6th graders.
Wow.
It's important.
Mm-hmm.
The world is becoming more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And education is an issue of national security.
Yes, it is.
And there are those who do not want us to be educated, white, black, otherwise.
Yeah.
They do not want us to be educated.
Right.
And being educated and intelligent and knowing how to use your cognitive ability to think, right, to figure things out will be critical for the next generation.
It's like she said that COVID killed a lot of people, a lot of kids that was in elementary and middle school at the time. It kind of set a lot of kids back for real.
Because you had some kindergartners that never went into a classroom until the 2nd grade.
Wow,
but you know what? I want to get back to the quote that I gave at the beginning of the hour. If a race has no history, if it has no worthwhile tradition, it becomes a negligible factor in the thought of the world. And it stands in danger of being exterminated. And that's what they're trying to do to us by erasing our history. And we cannot let that happen.
Absolutely.
We have to keep our history going by any means necessary.
By any means necessary. With that food for thought, let's listen to some beautiful music. This is Miss Tristan Marcel.
I love her. Oh my goodness. All right now. Let me just give you some information about ASALH, the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. It was founded by Dr. Carter G. Woodson in 1915. ASALH is the oldest organization devoted to the study of Black life, history, and culture. And Louisville, you need to get on board with ASALH because our history is trying to be erased. Mm-hmm. And we are sitting here trying to give you information about us, where we came from. The mission of ASALH is to promote research. We're going to be promoting by talking about it. Mm-hmm. We're going to research it by looking it up. To preserve it, we're going to keep it. We're not going to throw it away. Mm-hmm. To interpret it, if we don't know what it's about, we're going to explain it in a way that you can understand. And disseminate, which means we're going to give it out to everybody. Information about Black life, history, and culture to the global community. And I'm going to restate that. The mission of ASALH is to promote, research, preserve, interpret, and disseminate information about Black life, history, and culture to the global community. I am the local president. Amen. We are represented in 48 states, and some states have multiple branches. That's what we're called, branches. And our 110th anniversary conference is coming up in Atlanta, Georgia. It is coming up in Atlanta, Georgia, the last week of September. And if you want to know more about it, you can go to your website and Google ASALH. The acronym is ASALH. A is in apple, S is in Sam, A is in apple, L is in Louisville, and H as in history. And it'll give you all the information. You don't want to miss it because this is about us. And once you get on board with ASALH, you're not going to let it go.
You can also email at membership at ASALH, member, MEMBERSHIP, at ASALH.org. That's membership@asala.org. The phone number is 202-238-5910.
Mr. Boyd, how important is it, you say, for black people to look up their traits or their ancestors, like on Ancestry.com or something like that? What would be the proper way for me to know, like, my history of where I come from?
Well, first of all, you don't want to meet somebody, get attached to them, and find out they're your cousin. You need to know your lineage. And I just she found me. My father had a marriage, and her name is Christina Kirk. She's in Oklahoma. She's a lawyer, a judge, and a teacher. And she contacted me. She went to Ancestry.com and found out that I was her auntie.
Wow.
Now I've got 5 additional nieces and nephews in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where my father is
So
from.
how did you feel after somebody contacted you out of the blue? Was it, like, how do you accept somebody new that you don't know? I guess that's
you
what I
know
want
what?
to say.
It depends on how you can relate to people. If you're a people person, and I am, I am, and I'm not. You know, if I'm in a crowd, I'm going to be quiet. But once you get me in a conversation, you know, I'm not going to let go. And I was curious because the first thing I thought is, oh wow, who is this? And you know that my father, you know, all kind of things went through my head. But then curiosity got the best of me, and I wanted to meet her. So I drove to Nashville, had dinner with the family, and found out that, you know, one of the nieces looks just like my dad's sister. They even gave me some information that I found out that my grandmother had 50 acres of land in downtown which is downtown Nashville.
Wow.
And, you know, if anybody out there is listening and can help me research it, which is part of the mission of Asala, to find out what happened to that land and how can we get it back. Because we grew up poor. You know, we didn't know we were poor because everybody else around us was poor.
Right.
We just thought that's just the way it was. But 50 acres of prime real estate, which is downtown.
I have a similar experience with
Wow.
my family
Did you for real,
in
man?
Hopkinsville, Kentucky, regarding land. But what I will say is this, is that it's not necessarily about the individual journey of who you find is in your family and where they are. I think that the important thing, Toy, is that when we read, we have this idea that the stories of our past are filled with so much struggle, oppression, and violence that we miss the gems and the beautiful things that we were able to do together for each other. I mean, even the building of WLOU and how WLOU came about, right? It's a fascinating story.
Yeah, I love the Summerfest
With
back
William
in the day.
Summers.
With William Summers, like one of the first hospitals, black hospitals in the country, was built in Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Wow.
Right? I mean, there's so many different stories and things about us, and that if we learn from our own past, it fortifies our present.
Sankofa, that's why we have to go back and bring the knowledge and information from the past to the future.
Yes.
And, you know, everybody's seen that Sankofa bird that looks like it's flying, it's looking backwards, but it's got an egg in its mouth.
Yes.
And the egg is the future. You know, what's to come. You know, children, get on board because our history is fascinating. We built this country. We are still building, and, you know, but we got to figure out a way to keep our information. I mean, we could share it, but we don't have to give it away or let somebody steal it.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
We are the prayers of Carter G. Woodson answered today. And that means we have a responsibility to take the technology that we have at our disposal. And we have always been a people who innovated and created. That's the reason why we have gospel, soul, blues, jazz, hip hop, right? Soulful.
Amen.
That's the reason why there are things that we have created that we walk past day in and day out and don't even realize that we created.
So how do you grab the attention? This is just the only problem I have. How do you grab attention of the youth now to make them recognize something from back in the day where they don't, like, they ain't thinking about none of the past. They thinking about the new stuff. They ain't worried about the past.
If anybody is listening and you have a solution or a suggestion, would you call us at 502-571-1240 and give us your thoughts on how we can, go forward with the question that we have.
Absolutely. Check out this track from Brother Amos Lee. Louisville by Amos Lee. We have a call coming in. Hello, who's on the line?
Hi, this is Eric calling in from San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you for having this platform and presenting solutions. I believe that cultural sustaining teaching, teaching the young brothers and sisters about how deep our heritage is, how powerful we are and how powerful we were, setting high expectations, relationship, mentors.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And real world learning. And keeping the needle pointed toward we're the victor and not being the victim and not reiterating stories where we were victims, poor me. It's more about how powerful we are as a people. Thank you for letting me call in.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, right on.
And another thing, do we have another caller? Another thing that we need to do is give the vocabulary, explain it to our kids, because a lot of kids talk about things that they don't know what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. So we need to give the etymology, which is the history of words, and we need to, just be about Sankofa. We need to go back and get it. Whatever it is that we don't know, that we lost, that we don't understand, we need to go back and get it, so that we do put it together and move forward.
One of the things that I know about our people is that once we make the decision that we are good at something, we take it over. Baseball, football, basketball, dance.
It's in the genes.
If black folk made the decision that we were unstoppable with the stock market, if people taught, if our churches had how to invest clubs, right? How to read a stock one sheet,
yes, sir.
To know what it means to something to be large cap, mid cap, small cap.
Right.
If they understood what a beta was, right? If they understood what a price earning ratio was, right? If we were able to take that on as a people, and all the talk that we do about grinding and earning money and showing money, if we incorporated the idea of what it looked like to invest in stocks, to day trade, and we took that on intellectually, and we got over the hump that we can't do it, or it's too foreign for us, or that's for them and not for us. If we decided, if we made the choice, if we made the choice as a people to take that on,
I like what the caller said about not being a victim. Like, a lot of times, young black men always play the victim in situations like, they already counting themselves out. It's already, I'm come from poverty, I got it bad, and they want people to feel sorry for them. But, you got to keep your mind on the same playing ground as everybody else, and know that you don't have to fight and learn like they do.
Well, what Beardrum is talking about also, we can do and not be penalized and go to prison.
Yes.
Also, all we have to do is vote. it's so many of us. Just think about back in the time when our forefathers were enslaved. It might be that the massa, whatever, back in the day. It would be the enslaver. It would be the enslaver, the enslaver's wife. They might have 2 children. And they might have 20 enslaved people. Just think of all those people per household. All we got to do, people, is vote. You know, I can't tell you which way to go, but if we all get out and vote, we can have a better life, a better lifestyle for us in a way that we understand.
And really quickly, I want to say one thing about the word victim and how we use it in the context in which we use it. I say this: anyone who uses the N-word and they think that that's okay, but then they want to use the word victim as something that's negative, I think you really need, with compassion, I'm going to ask you to rethink your thought process.
Yes, sir, I get you.
Just consider that word, the B word, the H word, these horrible words that we call one another so casually. Just imagine if those words were the words of curses. I heard people say that the ancestors are demonic. They're not, but those words are.
Yes, it is.
If you want to believe that there is something that's demonic, just consider if the N-word, B word, all of those words that the music industry is so happy for us to use and make money off of.
Right.
Let's imagine what would happen if we eliminated those words and replaced them with words and considerations of respect.
Right.
There'd be a lot less violence. There'd be a lot less death. And it would be us taking responsibility for our community and doing what it is that we need to do in order to heal it.
And you got to watch the way you use that word, because I ain't gonna lie, I grew up kind of, using the word just as a young man. But as you get older and more professionally and around people, if your language ain't right, you might slip the word out around the wrong people because you so used to using it. And you have to get it out of your vocabulary because, you got to talk professionally if you want to be a professionally person. And you might just be too much slang rap and that word will come out and, hey.
Oh, also, let me give Miss M, Marjorie Marshall, always had a giveaway on her program. If you can let her know next week when she's here how many countries are in Africa, Miss Boyd will have a gift card for you. Remember, how many countries? You're going to call in next Sunday between the hours of 4 before 5 and let Miss M know how many countries are on the continent of Africa. And also, what's your thought about freedom schools? We're thinking about going ahead, progressing, and starting a freedom school here in Louisville. And
what is a freedom school?
What is a freedom school? Do you want to?
I don't know what it is.
It's basically what we're talking about now. It's a way of educating.
It is a Black-controlled charter school.
Oh, okay.
Well, and it's even further than that because we are teaching
a community-controlled charter school to teaching a curriculum that is focused on the psychological, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual liberation of its own people.
Right, and we would teach it at, we might teach it in your basement. Mm-hmm. If you have a room in your basement, we'd all gather. It's the way we learned back in the day. Dr. Carter G. Woodson didn't go to high school until he was 19 years old. 19, just now going, because education was not always afforded to us. I don't know if we have time for another song to segue into.
This is Martha Redbone. She's a Kentucky bluegrass musician, and she's brilliant.
I think we did okay.
I didn't want to bring that up because I didn't know who was listening about the freedom school. I think we did great.